Can we have Prabha, please?
Yeah. Hi, Swati. This is Prabha Kalshiti. And I'm really happy to meet all of them because with such a experience, lot of experience, all of them have, and good team, good batch, I believe. Yeah. I'm actually recently completed my doctorate.
Okay.
I'm in, yes, I'm in academics. I have nearly 9 years of experience
Hmm.
in teaching, as well as initially I was a program coordinator
Hmm.
working at Bangalore. Basically, I'm from Karnataka,
Hmm.
but settled in Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
Uh, so I just completed I was working as a placement executive as well as
Mhm.
ad hoc faculty till July 2024.
Okay. Wow, great head of faculty. Andhra only?
Yes, ad hoc faculty at NIT Andhra, but now I'm not working. Currently, I'm not working
Okay.
since 2 months. Yeah.
No worries. So just tell me, Miss Prabha, why have you not posted your name as Dr. Prabha, as you have already got the PhD?
Yes, not really required that we have to post our name. That's what I feel. Not all the
No,
time.
no, you have to
It's
always keep that's an achievement. Doing a PhD is an achievement.
sure.
You should
It's
actually, you
yeah.
should actually do that.
Normally, when we have the academic meetings or meetings, faculty meetings, we normally don't post it as a doctor because uh, there's a few people who do not have it spreads like wantonly they have posted. So we don't want to actually have this. If we have those skills, that's sufficient, but not really just before us. Not all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes it is really required, but not all the time. I felt so. That's the reason I didn't post it as Dr. Prabha. Yeah.
Okay. So let me just give you another view to it is that the first thing is that if you have achieved something in your life, you need to sell yourself in that decorum. You have paid so much of attention, you have worked so much hard to get that degree of PhD, correct? Or it was just like a breeze of a hand. What was it? It was a breeze?
No, no, it was not a
It was
breeze.
not a breeze. So if you have paid so much of attention, if you have been working so hard to achieve that, the first thing is like you should sell that. Don't you all agree with that? It's your hard earned work. Why would you not do about it? All right. So Ankita, Vinti, and Rajeshri, I know your hands are raised, but let me start the session. And in meanwhile, I'll just give you a time, maybe the last 10 minutes. We'll just introduce some of more people. Will that be okay?
Yeah, sure, Shruti.
Sure.
Thank you so very much. So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome you all for the session. First and foremost, let me tell you that it's an amazing to see you all because this is a good vibe to start with. You, one as a trainer, also we get good feeling when everybody is very participative. Firstly, thank you for that. Secondly, congratulations of joining the Herky. Let's start the session. Now, I understand by three people that you people were working initially, correct? All right. So, to start the session, let me ask you a question. How many of you think that you are a salesperson? Yes, Rajni.
Sorry, Swati. Sorry to intervene, but you have taken the introduction from the people. They need your introduction too. So
Yes,
let me please you.
I'm so sorry. I missed out on that. So,
No
all right.
problem at all. Let me just start with a brief introduction and then you can add in.
Mhm.
Okay. And okay, ladies, you have already started communicating with your coach for today. She's Swati Gupta, and Swati comes from a sales background, B2B sales, sales management expert, consultative selling, revenue strategist, corporate behavioral skills trainers, former Dale Current
Carnegie.
certified NLP practitioner. In 2012, got an opportunity to work with a company in education industry. She started to understand that this industry could be her career calling, so started to explore understanding towards it. Started her career as assistant manager for different functional domain of education, where she used to work with different marketing to create brand awareness and presence in market. During the tenure, she got some amazing opportunity to spread her wings to be a facilitator of a renowned company, Dale Carnegie.
That's
Is
Dale
that how
Carnegie.
you? Sorry.
That's Dale Carnegie.
Carnegie. Okay. where she was certified to be a soft skill trainer for one of their flagship program, and there are a lot of highlights which I would request Swati to share with you all. Swati, if you can just please add in a little few more.
Sure. So just adding on to it, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Swati Varun Gupta. I stay in Bangalore. I am basically from Maharashtra, that is in Nagpur. I have total year of experience more than 16. In that first 7 to 8 years, I was a core salesperson. I eat, breathe, live sales. I love selling to my heart and core. Uh, then I started into the trading and facility because I got an opportunity with a company called as Dale Carnegie. It's one of the premier institute of the world of soft skill trading. So this is a very brief about me. Let me talk about me little while. After a little while, let's just start the session because we are on already 3:10, and I love to be cut on the point. Will that be okay? If you have any question about me, we'll talk about it at the end of the session. I'll give last 10 minutes to you all. All right. So again, coming back to my question, how many of you think that you are a salesperson? How many of you think you are a salesperson? Come on, you need to say me. Yes, Shanti.
Yes, every bit and piece of it, we are into sales.
Mhm.
So whatever we do, whatever we bargain, everything comes with the bracket of sales. Without sales, there is nothing goes, according to me. So everywhere, whatever you just study is also, you have to make it cash. You have to, for everything, it's a selling point.
Yes. So you consider yourself as a salesperson?
Yes, of course.
Great. Thank you for that. Abhilasha. Abhilasha? Okay. Vinti?
Yeah, hey. Yeah, I consider myself as a salesperson. That's why I thought, yeah, I have that quality and let me explore this course. Though I'm not a salesperson, but being a mother, I feel sometimes when I'm telling my kids something that you have to do this or you have to eat this, then I'm selling those things to them. And I have that quality that I can convince them very well. Same comes with my husband also. I'm able to convince him. So I start feeling that, yeah, I have that quality. So let me explore in that way. So in this way, I start thinking, yeah.
Yes, correct. So yes, everybody's a salesperson. Abhilasha, you were not audible. All right. So everybody's a salesperson. Firstly, you need to believe that. See, if you would have told me that, okay, I'm not a salesperson, or people who still think at this point of time that you are not a salesperson. So let me tell you that I'll give you 2 minutes to think of any situation that you had in your mind. You wanted to do something and your near and dear people were not in favor of accepting that. How did you convince it? It could be a marriage, it could be education, it could be going out of city, it could be a trip to with a friend, it could be anything. Have you not convinced somebody from your life, your parents, or maybe somebody near and dear one? Is it right or is it wrong?
Yes, we did.
That's right.
It is right, ma'am.
Is it right? Right. So the point is, everybody in this world is a salesperson. The only thing is that we don't accept that we are a salesperson. See, the moment we talk about our personal life, we understand this is okay, we can do it at home. But the moment we get into the professional line, we think, oh, the sales is a very tough job. And let me tell you, it is. Because convincing other people are very difficult to convince than the people by our own self. Our people will give up on you. So they will agree to whatever you want you from them. But it's very difficult to ask money from somewhere who is not in your relations. It's really difficult. But let me tell you, it's one of the most promising career. If you go back after 5 o'clock, Google one thing which I want to tell you is that top 10 skills that you require by 2030. In that top 10 skill, what you will have is that the first would be artificial learning, then there could be a machine learning, there could be digital marketing, there could be XYZ kind of things. But the top 10 would actually will have one selling skill. because you have to understand from a perspective of a business. Now just imagine you have amazing product in your life. Just imagine you have made the best of the product in your life. It could be anything, but if you cannot sell that, what is the use of that particular product? What is the use of that product? Can company sustain without any selling? Can any company sustain without selling?
No.
No.
No, ma'am.
Exactly. So you need selling. Now I'll tell you why people are so scared when it comes to selling in India. Because here, people don't respect this profession to a high extent. ये एक कहावत है पूरे market में, which started in 2001 after when the insurance company came into picture, stating that कि अगर आप कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे तो आप selling कर रहे हो. Is it right or is it wrong?
Right.
This is there in the market, right? आप कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे तो selling कर रहे हो. But अगर selling ही नहीं करेगा, that person is not going to sell. How is your company going to sustain? So the point is, it is the most important function of any company surviving. So if you have chosen at this point of your life that, okay, I want to be into sales, this is the right time. Now I'll tell you the second most important thing, why it is the right time, because there are very few females in the sales field. So you have a fairly high chances to grow very higher when the competition is very less. Because by the year 2032, 33, 34, there would be so many females in this particular field that the competition would be very high. At this very moment, the competition is very low because it has been dominated by the male society. So you have a fair chances of growing up very exponentially high. So believe me that everybody is a salesperson. Now, okay. What do you think? What is the selling? What is the secret of selling? Why do you buy anything?
There exists a need, so we buy.
So there is a need, right? Okay, now if you say there is a need, Somali, I have a question. Now you go to a showroom, you go to a mall, okay, and there is no mindset that you need to buy a trouser, but you end up buying a trouser. So do you have a need of a trouser?
Mm,
And it looks
no,
beautiful.
no.
Yeah,
If I don't have a need, I will not buy it.
but still you tend to buy. Have you not done that before? Have you not picked up any lipstick from
Yes,
any of the cosmetic brand, even if you don't have, even if you have 10 lipstick at your home? How many have you done that?
yeah. A lot of
Many
people
a
do
times,
that
if it
in,
looks good, or sometimes our mood is such that I will tend to like something after seeing it in the showcase. That is why some people say that window shopping. We do always don't do window shopping. After we do window shopping, we like have the chance to see the for thing, and then we get glued to it, and then we buy it. That is
Exactly. True. So do you think that's a need?
true.
no, there was no need actually. There was no basic need, but it's a luxury, you can say, just to keep our
No,
mental, sometimes we need to de-stress ourselves, gift ourselves something. That's why also we buy or we gift somebody else also. It was not a need, but many
Okay.
times we buy for ourselves, for our children, for our friends or relatives.
So there is not always the need that you buy for, correct? So there are four
Mm.
parameters why anybody buys. Can anybody actually tell me which are the four parameters just to understand? You may be right, you may be wrong, that's okay. One is the need.
what is
Second is luxury.
need and others like you gift luxury gifting. You do it for
Okay. Yes, second is a want, which is Monica saying it. Monica is saying second is a want. One is a need, second is a want. Then what are the rest two? Last two.
Social influence.
investment.
Social influence? No. Somali just explain that in a different way. Give me one word for that.
Investment. It could be
Huh?
For investment purpose also.
No, no. You don't buy for investment purpose. You always invest for the investments.
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of people have that mentality before they buy. They think of it, how much would I get the returns if the area certain thing is getting appreciated, whether it's related to property or any related to property. Yeah,
Okay. Now, okay, I'll give you a situation. Say, for example, you have a neighbor. Now, neighbor has got, you have a car. Say, for example, you have a Hyundai Creta, and your neighbor has
yeah,
got a car which is a Fortuner. Now, you have the capability of buying a Fortuner. So, would you buy a Fortuner? If yes, then what is that? Why are you buying that Fortuner?
Peer pressure.
Okay.
It's a want. It's a want.
It's a
It's
want
a
is
demand.
already done. So basically,
No
there are
demand.
two factors. Okay, one is a need, one is a
Oh,
want,
Oh,
emotion.
competition, ma'am.
other could be, you could say, jealousy of being in the same lane where we want the same car the neighbor is having, so
The
that we
desire.
can also
Exactly.
have that luxury. Yeah, desire,
Exactly.
you can say.
Competition. Competition.
Competition, jealousy, whatever you say it as, but
Desire.
that's what that comes to the category of what? Emotions, right?
Emotion, right?
So the third
Yeah,
one is emotion, and the last one is FOMO. You buy out of fear of missing out. So there are only four types why you buy a product. Otherwise, people don't buy the product for any other reason. Till now, in so many years of career, I have never came across anybody who is buying apart from this. Either it's a need for a person, either it's a want for a person, either it's an emotion for a person, or either it's a FOMO for a person. Otherwise,
yeah,
you don't buy. Do you all agree with this?
Yes.
true, agree.
Yes, yes.
Great. So there is a secret of selling, okay? Good selling, selling. You have to really understand why the person is buying first. And secondly, based on that, you have to honestly care for those people. Okay, even if the person is buying for emotions, you have to care that whatever you are selling to them, it is going to be useful to them. Just because a person is emotional and he has money to buy it, you can't sell it whatever you feel like selling it, right? Otherwise, what you lose the character there, you lose the relationship there, you lose the reference there. So the one basic rule or the secret of good selling is that first identify why that person is buying. Is that person is buying because he has a need to buy? Is he buying the person because he wants to buy? If he wants a person because there is an emotional attachment where he has to do something with it, or is he buying because he has a FOMO of something on the social pressure? Based on that, you have to still understand that you have to honestly care for that person, because you know what, I'll tell you what happens is today you can sell that person, but that person will never come back to you. Just tell me, any of you, when you have realized you went to some of the shop and the person has just cheated on you, have you ever visited that shop again? Has not that grudge come to your mind?
No,
We
not
didn't
at all.
visit. We didn't visit.
We don't go back to that place, right?
No.
Yes,
No matter what
yes.
our emotions were, but we never go back because the grudge comes in the mind. And on that basis, you lose the customer for the lifetime.
Agree.
Right? And the second one is that you have to be very clear. Your intent has to be clear. Understand one thing when it comes to selling is that you have to understand what buyer wants. The major drawback people are having in today's world is that when it comes to selling, oh, I'll sell this product, oh, I'll sell this phone to this person, this phone is 50,000 rupees, oh, the company will get 40,000 rupees, I'll get 2,000 rupees commission. They are not thinking about the customer. They're just thinking about their commission. And trust me, it is with 90% of the people. Because every sales is commission based signal, commission based, apart from the salary. You know this fact that sales always is commission based. You always have a commission. And this is where a client knows that you are doing it for the commission or you're genuinely helping him out. right? You have to understand that what is in the mind of a potential customer. Now, if I go to an iPhone and if I'm a person who is using an Android, but I do not have an intention of buying an iPhone, but however, I want to explore what iPhone is. So you as a salesperson have to understand whether am I looking forward to buy that? What's in my mind? Is it just an explorer or it just I want to buy something? Why do they want it? Why am I looking forward to an iPhone? Why what they want? I mean, why am I just getting into an iPhone showroom and finding out? Suppose the intention is only to just look around. Please don't try to sell me. First thumb rule as a good salesperson is if the person has no intention to buy, please don't sell them. It is the first rule people don't follow. I have told many of my people in my career, see, you want it, but this is not going to solve your problem. Just leave this particular product which I'm selling and go to a competitor. I have done that many a times. And believe on me, that person has given me a reference which has given me much more than the amount that he was supposed to pay to me. So this is the secret of selling. You have to believe, firstly, that you have to be honestly caring about the person. Secondly, your intent has to be clear. Thirdly, you have to understand what the customer has in the mind. If the customer has nothing as such, please don't sell your product. This is a thumb rule of selling. If you follow this thumb rule, believe on me, there would be a time where you would be a great salesperson. Don't go for an immediate selling. Go for a long-term relationship. That's one thing. This is a classic line, okay? This is, you have to understand that people always buy through emotion and then justify with logic. You always buy through emotions. The moment you buy that lipstick, you have bought that lipstick on by emotion. Oh, I'm going to wear this lipstick on that particular dress. I'll look good. And then you justify with your husband, oh, this is a very edited one, which is not there in the market. So I just bought it. Or maybe this is a very reasonable price of a lipstick. And that is the reason I bought it. Or this is something which is not there in my shade list. So I have bought it. You justify that with logic. Am I right or am I wrong? But you bought that on the basis of emotions.
Yeah.
Correct? So
True.
this is one
So true,
you
ma'am.
have to. Huh? Is somebody saying something? I'm so sorry. Okay. So this is something you have to understand that people always buy through emotions. If they want to buy from Creta to Fortuner, it is not that they want to buy the Fortuner. The Creta is also doing the same thing that the Fortuner is going to do. But they are going to buy because there is an emotion, because they want to show a credibility in the society that I have the money to buy a Fortuner. I have the money and I have the stability to maintain a Fortuner. So they're just buying it through emotions because they want a stature in the society. And they're just doing it a logical reasoning that, oh, my family is growing up, so I need a bigger car. Is this example relevant? Are you people not doing that day in and day out? So this is exactly the secret. You have to understand there are only two minds in the sales. One is your mind and one is a buyer's mind. You have to only control two things. You have to control the buyer's mind. What is that exactly? He has a problem. Why is he buying? That's the only thing you have to control. The day you start controlling that, the day you start understanding that, the day you will become a salesperson. Now I'll ask you one question to each one of you. Have you gone to any of the showrooms where you have this, this glass and plastic boxes and everything, like home centers and all of these?
Yes.
Most of the people must have gone.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes you would have picked up the things which you don't require at home. And not because you want to pick up, the salesperson have told to buy.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yes, because they're just playing around with your mind. They're just playing around with your mind. Just next time, I request each one of you, when you go to these kind of places, if you really meet a good salesperson, understand the questions that they ask you, the way they interact with you. If it is a good salesperson, he would make you convinced to buy the product. And once you go back home, you don't know where to put that product only. There is no placing of that product in the playhouse, right? So he's just controlling your mind, and mind has a lot to do with the sales. So the thing I totally believe is that learn the rules like a pro so that you can break it. It's a very old saying. Okay, now let's get to real business. So in a sales process, there is always 7 steps. Okay, now what are the steps? Let me just talk about it first. So one is prospecting, one is qualifying, one is then you have a preparations, then you have approach, then you have presentations, then you have to overcome the objections, then you have closing the sales and follow up. So are you aware of the sales process? Any one of you?
Yes,
No.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. Now suppose I'll ask you a question. There could be, you people are on Instagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody's on Instagram? Or maybe Facebook or LinkedIn, anything? Now, just imagine there is a particular form, okay, which you need to fill up because, okay, Ankita, no for what?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, Ankita, you said no for what?
No, ma'am. I'm not on social media actually.
Oh, that's a great thing. All right. So now let me ask you a question. Say, for example, there is an advertisement which has just flashed on your mobile phone, and now the point is there is a form which you need to fill up. There is some kind of course that is there, and you have an interest of that course, and you want to fill up that form. Now you have filled up that form. Now, is it a prospecting or is it a lead?
So prospecting.
It will
It's
be
a
a
lead.
prospect, and later on, if the person who is getting the form, the person matlab, who's going to make the sales, that for them it will be a lead. Like
Okay.
they'll get the information out of that, like what they are looking for, what kind of features they need in the mobile phone, like it is battery, camera, or they are looking for some in what range. So on the basis of that, they can prepare and on how to approach that person.
Okay. Now tell me one thing. How you people have approached to Herky? Did Herky approach you or you approached the Herky?
He
We
filled the
approach.
form. Yes.
We
I'm
fill
sorry?
the form.
We
You
filled.
filled
We
the form.
approach. Yeah.
You approached. So where did you see the Herky?
Instagram.
Exactly. There was an ad which was rolled out,
Ad.
Yeah.
Yes.
and that ad was seen on the social media, correct? So basically, you
Yeah.
filled up a form because you wanted to explore what exactly this is all about, right? And you wanted to
Yeah.
understand how this is going to be useful to me,
True.
Yes.
correct? So that is exactly a lead because there was an ad, there was something that you were supposed to fill up, and that was an ad. Now, just imagine there would have been somebody from Herky would have connected with you. Is it right with everybody? Somebody would have connected with you from Herky,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
correct? So
Hmm.
now you have filled up a form, you have become a lead to a Herky. Now Herky is just prospecting you. They are calling you up. They're understanding that when you have filled up a form, they're having a confirmation from you that we received a form filled up from you. Now, do you think exactly are you looking for? Right? What are you exactly looking for? Now they would ask you different type of questions on that, right? Is it not the process that it have been done? This
Yes,
is
they
not a
were.
process. They were doing it, right? So basically, when you talk about a lead, once the lead is been given to anybody, say for example, if I walk into the showroom of a car, or maybe if I walk into the showroom of, maybe I wanted to buy a cloth piece, maybe I go to any of the brands, I am a lead. I might buy, I might not buy. Then the salespersons over there come call you up and prospect about you. Oh, what are you here for? Are you looking for something? Do you want something for wedding? Are you looking for specific, like any type of material? Are you looking for sari? Are you looking for suit? Are you looking for what kind of stuff? They are prospecting you. Are you having a requirement of that? Because the ultimate goal of that person is to make sure that you buy the product before you leave that particular store. So he's prospecting you. So why do we do that? Because if suppose if I'm a person and I have just walked into a store and understanding, okay, dekhte ki market mein naya kya hai. So no, if even if he spends 2, 3, 4 hours with me, I would not purchase. There is no point of spending time on me. So prospecting is the ultimate thing. It is very, very important to prospect your people. Now, suppose when you join after this whole sessions or after your whole 10 sessions of now when you start calling up people, you need to prospect them. What are they looking for? Why are they looking for? What is the pain point with them? What is the need with them? What is the want with them? If you don't prospect, believe me, at the end of the day, even if you have spent like 1 month with them, understanding, oh, you can really buy the product which I am selling through her key, but that person will never buy because he is not in the mindset of buying. So it is not his mistake. It is your mistake as a salesperson because you did not do the prospecting right. And majority of the sales fail because we prospect wrong. We don't prospect the right people and we keep on chasing that people. And you know what? It's a psychology that nobody in the world will come and says you, oh, I'm just doing a time pass over here. So I have no intention of buying. They'll just keep on hearing to you. You also do the same thing with other people. Have you gone upfrontly and said somebody, oh, I'm going to not buy this product from you? Have you done that? No. Hello?
Yeah, done that.
Yes.
With the credit
Yeah,
card
many
people.
times.
No, it's not about the credit card. Credit card people bugs you off. But the point is, have you been to any of the stores and said, no, I have just come here to explore the stuff. I have no mood to buy anything.
We don't do that.
We won't
We
do
don't
that.
We
do
don't
that.
say that we will not buy. We may explore and we may end up buying, but yes, we are just looking at the everything that is over there. And that is
Yes.
how we are the leads for the people. But they will come and ask us questions like what range you're looking for, what color, what design. So that is how it goes. And then we end up buying.
That's a different case. You end up and buying. But my question is that have you been to any of the store upfrontly and said, oh, I have just come here for the time pass and I have no intention of buying?
No, we don't
No,
do that.
ma'am.
We
No.
never do that, correct? We never do that. Now, the same goes with the other people also, now, where you are selling to them. They would never come up and say to you, oh, we are just here to listen to what you have to offer us. If that suits you, then if that suits us, then only we will buy. The point is, that's absolutely okay. But as a salesperson, it is your responsibility to find out whether that person has an intention of buying the product or not. At least you should know the intention of buying the product or not. Because if you don't ask the question, the person would have been just moving around. So that's exactly prospecting. Because you have to understand, no matter how much good relationship you have with people, till the time money doesn't come into the account, no sale is been considered as a sale. The money has to come inside the account. Is it right with everybody? It is right?
It is
So,
right.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
right.
yes, if I say, oh, Kirti, tomorrow I'm going to give you the money I'm telling you, and you go and tell your boss today, oh, the deal has been done. And tomorrow I come up and say to Kirti, oh no, Kirti, my husband is saying no about it. So is the deal done?
No,
No.
it's not.
No, that is left midway and it is not done. Sales would be when the end result is there and finally the product and the money part is exchanged.
Exactly. So the point is, now what happens over here is that the salespeople do not do the right prospecting. They do not do the qualification of it. And what happens is they keep on chasing the person. And at the end of the day, the person says, oh, I don't have no intention of buying it. Now, ultimately, what happens if all the salespeople have sit down together, they say, अरे उस बंदे ने मेरे को धोखा दे दिया, इतना मेरे साथ टाइम खपाया, उसने बोला खरीदूंगा पर खरीदा ही नहीं. But he is not at fault. The fault is a salesperson's fault because you did not do the right prospecting. The ultimate goal you have to understand is that you have to sell the product. For selling the product, you have to understand is the person who is sitting in front of you or talking to you or walk down to you has an understanding or intent to buy? Does that person has an intent to buy? That is the first thing of prospecting. Do you have any question on this? You got the concept here?
Yes, we got the concept. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah. Somali, you are not on the screen. Are you there, Somali?
Yeah, I am there. I am very much there. I have put my camera off today.
Sure.
So next
So,
year,
okay. Because you were not interacting, so I thought because you were interacting initially and you actually went blank altogether.
no, no. I was listening. I was listening. Everybody is answering.
Sure. Thank you. So it's basically involving, identifying, engaging with the potential customer who has a higher probability of getting interested in your product and service. That is called as a prospecting. He should have an intention. You have to make sure at the very first stage. If he doesn't have an intention of buying your product or services, you should not waste your time even 5 minutes with that person. If you're wasting the time, then it's a problem with your salesmanship. As simple as that. Now, once you complete that, you have to understand that why do you do that? You always have to target that you have a sales conversions to do. Secondly, you emphasize on the qualified leads. Third, it helps you to create a funnel. Don't get into too much of detailing with this. You will understand these 3 lines as and when we go deeper and deeper inside. Now, after you prospect a customer, you have to understand, you have to qualify them. Now, what is qualification? Okay, now I'll ask you another question. Have you ever been have you come across any kind of situation like this? Okay, you went to a showroom, you wanted to buy a washing machine or maybe any particular product of your necessary thing of your house. You see the product, you understand the product, you say, wow, it is going to solve my problem. But do you tell after 45 minutes of with the conversation with that person, who I have to go back and talk to my husband about it? How
Yes,
many?
Most of the time.
Huh?
Most of the
most
time
of
we
the times,
females,
yes.
most of the times we females do that. We tell the
Most of the-
salesperson we go home and we will discuss it with our husband and we'll get back to you.
Yes, it happens.
Yes.
Now, tell me, Somali, Hema, people, whoever working before, do you really, you have the money, do you really require to get the money from your husbands?
No.
No,
No,
you
you
can buy
see,
yourself.
we have a budget. Though we are working, everybody is working. We have a family budget. School fees are there, children's education, then monthly ration, like everything is there. So we can't just do anything out of the
No,
routine,
but
whatever
still,
is required.
if we are working also, Swati, like if I am working, I have money, I will not think that I have to ask my husband. I will say, okay, if my pocket is allowing, I will buy this thing. And if I'm not working, I have to see, like, okay, I have to see whether my husband pocket allows him to purchase that product or thing so that it should come and be in my house. So that's the difference we females face when we are not working and we are working.
Okay, that's right, Hema. Somali, the question was different. The question was, say suppose your budget is 10 rupees and the product is coming at 9 rupees. Still, you would go to your husband, you will say the salesperson, I have to talk to my husband and get back to you tomorrow. Has that not happened with you ever on any of the product of the world?
It happened, ma'am.
It happens, right?
Yeah, it
Now,
happens.
the reason is why. You know why? Because the qualification has to be done right. Now, that qualification, there is a short form of qualification which is called as BEND. If you can see over there on the screen, B is equal to budget, A is equal to authority, N is equal to need, and T is equal to time. Okay. So you have to understand these 4 parameters before you go with the next step with any of the client. Now, what is it? Suppose if there is one person who comes to my home and okay, he wants to sell me a sofa. Okay, now recently I bought a sofa and there was one person who came. I inquired somewhere. That person came to my home and he started measuring. He came, he sat down. He asked me, why do you need to change the sofa? What is the need of the sofa? He asked me about the budget. I was there. Okay, I was only person there who was actually sitting and talking with him because my husband was in office. I'm giving you a real example over here. Now I said, okay, the budget of my sofa is 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakh rupees. That is all I want. I want only for this particular drawing room. This is the thing. Do you have the need? Yes, my sofa is actually around 10 years old. Now I need to change the sofa. My sofa has become dirty and I need the sofa. Do you have the time to buy the sofa? Yes, I have the time to buy sofa. I'm looking to buy in the next, 15 days. Perfect. Now he started explaining me about the different kind of modules that you have. Oh, this is a Moroccan, this is this, this is that, this is that. He actually explained me around 45 minutes to 50 minutes. I'm telling you, seriously, he did that. And then I was like, yeah, I understand all of this. Why don't you send me a quotation and let me just speak to my husband what he needs to speak. And then he just got, his expression changed. Like, okay, so you're not buying it now. I said, when did I say that I'm buying it now? And the question is, you never asked me, is there any other decision maker in the house? He never asked me. Why would I go and say from front? So he asked me about the budget. He asked me about the need. He asked me about the time. But he never asked me this question. Are you the only one person who is going to take decision of buying the sofa? Or is there somebody else also involved in the decision maker? Is it your mother-in-law? Is it my husband? Is it my whoever it is? He never asked me. He did not ask me this question. Are you the authority to buy the sofa? Are you people getting it?
Yes, but he cannot
Yes, ma'am.
actually
Yes,
ask the
Swati.
question.
No, he can directly ask me. So there is a way of asking. I'm not saying, oh, he cannot come and ask me, do you have a husband? He's going to take a decision on that. Of course, you're not going to ask me. So that's an art of a salesperson. Now, just imagine, Prabha, if you are a salesperson and I'm the person who is buying the sofa, how would you ask that person? Oh, I understand. Now, he could possibly see that there is a kid who is roaming around in my house. So it is but obvious that I'm going to have a husband, right? So how does a salesperson become smarter here? Now he would say, I understand you have a budget, ma'am, you have a need, you have a time also to buy. So I just wanted to understand, will your husband be also involved in the decision maker? Does he also have some kind of understanding of buying a sofa? Did you happen to discuss with him? Now, if he asked me this question, I would probably give him an answer. No, he just told me that why don't you explore that sofa type and then let's discuss about it at night. Now, on that parameter, the salesperson would have got an understanding that she doesn't have the full authority of buying the product. She has 50% of the authority. So he would have made that sales cycle. He would have understood, okay, now do you want me to explain the whole details to you now, or do you want me to come back on Sunday when your husband is also there at home, so that when you both people are sitting, it's very easy for me to explain each one of you. Did you people get the context of it?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Completely.
So this is how. Now what happens, he wasted his 15 minutes there. He could have just stopped giving me the details of the sofa because he did not identify whether I'm the full authority or not. If I would have been in his place, I would have said, see, I can explain you right now about the whole details of the sofa. But the point is, when you're going to explain the same thing to your husband, probably you will miss out 1 or 2 points here or there. So do you want me to, as I have taken a measurement, I have everything ready on my hand. What I just require with you is, can we just have a meeting, quick meeting on Sunday at 11 o'clock? I'll be there at your place. That saves my time as a salesperson. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Completely.
Ma'am, here the person who is actually going to give the money has the higher authority, no? Like through the person with whom the money will be spent out. So we have to
No,
convince both of them.
no. I'll tell you why. So there are two people, okay? Now just imagine. My husband is the same situation. Okay, my husband is paying the money. He is going to pay the money, but he's a decision maker. He's going to check the sign. But if I say no to him for his particular design because I'm going to stay in that home day in and day out, he cannot buy that product.
Yes.
Right or wrong?
50-50, both have to be convinced.
Yes. So it is wrong to say that that the person who has the money to buy will always be a decision maker. No. Person who is influencing can also be a very big can play a very big role. So I am the person who is influencing because it is my decision, my home.
Sure.
So exactly you have to understand in an authority who is a decision maker, who is an influencer.
Yes, Matlab, we have to convince both of them, and
Yes.
then the sale will be done. Like,
Yes,
with the
and this
money.
happened with B2B. Now I'll tell you how this happened to B2B. Now suppose just imagine I have a company, my company makes a SaaS product, okay? I make a software which helps a retail industry, okay, to help the problems as in terms of they keep the data in that particular software. Now let's talk about the B2B industry. We have been talking just about B2C industry. Let's talk the B2B industry. Now, if suppose I'm a company and Prabha has a retail store, now she has a lot of problem of managing the finance and this and that and everything. She has a turnover of 100 crores. Now I have a software where it can help Prabha. Now Prabha is a decision maker, and I'm going to Prabha and saying that Prabha, I have amazing software, and believe me, this will solve your whole problem. Prabha says, "Oh yes, yes, I need to really go and get this problem done because every time my salesperson come, my marketing people come, my operation people come and say me, oh, I have this problem, that problem, and eventually what happens is they delay my work and my project get delayed. I want to get it solved." Perfect. Now the point is Prabha has a decision-making capacity. In the evening, Prabha sit with the marketing head and say, oh, there was one Swati who came in the evening, in the afternoon for selling a software. It was an amazing software. Let me just go through the brochure. Now Prabha is explaining to Hema about the brochure. But now Hema being the marketing head is saying, but we don't want this. The problem that we have is different. We are going to solve this problem. Now, Swati is again going back to Prabha next day and saying to Prabha, okay, so what have you decided? Can we go ahead and buy the check, or can we go ahead and sign the deal for it? Prabha is saying no, but my marketing head is saying no, it is not what we want. We have another problem. But Prabha is a decision maker. Still, he is not able to do that, no? Yes, Rashri. So Hema is an influencer here because Hema is a person who's going to use it. So just one point over here is that all the decision makers, whoever pays the money, are not always the person who takes the decisions. Influencer are bigger decision makers. They influence the decision. So you have to connect to all the people. Are you people getting it? So now you
Yes,
prospect.
you need to
You have
connect and have a meeting with the people and discuss what exactly the influencer wants so that we can give it to him and he can do the marketing or influence the people so that the product is being purchased by the people.
Exactly. So the point is, once you reach out to all the people, that is decision maker, influencer, and the supporter, the reason of reaching you out as a salesperson to all the three people is that your sales cycle process reduces. That's the agenda behind it. And most importantly, when these three people sit down and talk about your product, they all are on the same page. You know why? Because the way I will explain my product to them would be very different by they explaining to each other. Are you people understanding what am I telling you?
Yes,
Yes.
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 Is it making
Yes,
sense?
yes. Got you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Great. So that's exactly qualifying. The first two steps, that is prospecting and qualifying, has a major goal for the sales. If you do this first two step wrong, believe me, no matter you put 300% in your sales process, it will not work out. And the frustration will keep on leading. And this is where the majority of the people are in the average group of sales. And there are only few people who are into star groups of sales because they prospect and they qualify right there. You have to question in such a way that people start opening up. You can't directly go and say, "Bhaiya, aapke paas paisa hai kya?" People will say, "Go, I don't have money. Even if I have money, I will not buy from you." Now, how do you ask them very smartly about it? "Oh, I understand you have this problem. So what is that budget are you looking for?" This is typical question that they ask you. So are you looking in the range of 3,000 plus? They question you in such a way, whether you will say yes, no, okay. And they start understanding your, budgeting. Got that?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ankita, just call me Swati. I'm absolutely okay with that. So this particular framework is called as BENT. Remember this, always remember, even if you're working with Harki, you're working with some other company, you're working with any of the companies and you're into sales, you are precisely into sales. Never go ahead without doing BENT, that is qualification. Trust me, if you have not done it right, you have a fair chances, 95% of chances to fail. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have any questions with this two part of it? All right. So now come the next stage, which is called as a preparation stage. Now preparation is very important. Now just understand, if suppose I have gone to any of the company where I'm selling a software to them and I do not know exactly what is that they're looking forward to, what is my product all about, do you think would you be able to answer their questions?
No.
Correct? Have you encountered these kind of places where people have come to you and you have asked them question and they would have told you, "Oh, I do not know the answer, let me get back to you." One time, two time, three time, four time, and fifth time you say, "First get your concepts clear and then come and meet me now." People are like that only. Just imagine if you go and meet to a CEO and you say to him that, "Sir, I do not have an answer for you. Can I just get back to you?" One time, two time, three time. He'll say, "Sir, get your concepts clear and then walk into my cabin. My time is precious. I'm a CEO of the company. So you just can't walk in. आप सब्जी खरीदने नहीं आ रहे हो." Right? So you have to prepare. Now, what is preparation? You have to understand how to prepare. First, know your product really well. Know your product really well. Whatever you're selling, your product or service, need to know about it. You really need to know about it. So I'll give you an example. Say, for example, when I was working into sales and I was actually selling a space, I was actually selling an event. I used to exactly know where is this happening, when is this happening, what is the fruitful thing of that, what are the people who have involved in the last year, how many people walked in, what are the deals that happened last year, where it happened, what is the hierarchy of this, how I knew almost answers for 50 to 60 questions that the customer can ask me. And I knew exactly all the 50 to 60 answers about it. Of course, I explored it by asking a lot of colleagues and the senior peoples by reading brochures or XYZ. Second thing I knew about my company, I'll tell you, really, if I'll really tell you, do this really if you can. You people get the spam calls. Okay, I'm calling from IDFC, I'm calling from HDFC. Do you have a credit card?
Yes. Yes.
Do people get the spam calls?
Yes.
Next time, before cutting that call, just tell me, yes, tell me what do you want. They will fumble up. Try it. I have tried that 3 times. I just say, yes, tell me, what do you have to offer? And immediately they say, my sir would be talking to you.
Yes, correct.
Sure. We'll try now.
They don't even know what are they selling. All right. So you should know exactly what are you selling. That is the first approach. That is the first preparation that you need to do. The second is you have to do the preparation from the other side also. Now, what is other side? Read about their complete website. Read about them. Read about the company. Read what exactly these people are into. Say, for example, if you have a software and you are serving a problem of an architectural or a manufacturing unit, just imagine if I am going to a manufacturing unit of Hyundai, just understand what are they reading? Are they reading the automobiles? Now, Somali, if I ask you this question, what your CEO used to read, you might know this, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Now, if you're talking to a CEO and I don't know what exactly his thought process is, so I need to read it from the same website or maybe same kind of magazines.
Yes.
It's very important. You know why? Because it's help you to hold the conversation. Because if you go in front of any CEO or a managing head or maybe a head of marketing, if you say you go over there, just imagine this is a real scenario. He say, yes, tell me. What do you want from me? That's the first statement that they give you. Now, will you go directly and say, oh, I have a product which will help you? No, they will not buy it because there are hundreds of people who's there already on their list line. So how do you know about it? How do you talk to them? How do you hold a conversation with them so that they give you time to sit down for next 15 minutes? So you need to know what they are reading. You need to understand what their mentality is. You need to know what their industry is doing. You need to know what is their source of knowledge. You need to know about that person.
Right.
Scroll their handles of social media handles. I'll tell you a real example over here. I was actually pitching to a company and I was talking to managing director. The managing director got really convinced with the space selling that I was doing. But it was actually the problem with the head of marketing. He was just not getting convinced that he should pay me 2 lakh rupees. That is like kind of company's money. So that space selling was for 2 lakh rupees for 8 meetings. Okay. I knew he had budget. He was the authority. He was influenced. He had the need. He has the time. I was very clear on that. But somehow that person got stuck. He was just not ready to accept the fact that no, no, no. What will your company give me? What I do not have, something like that. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. I got really irritated at one point of time, and I'm like, shit, I have invested 3 weeks with this guy. Now I cannot leave this guy. I'm telling you, really. I went back to his social handles. That time, the Facebook was on the run, not the Instagram. Okay. And people were so crazy to post their photos. Have you encountered that?
Yes.
Yes. So I was actually scrolling his Facebook and I got to understand from his Facebook that last year he went to Singapore. Before that year, he went to Dubai. Before that year, he again went to Singapore. Now, I actually started thinking why this company is 100 crore company. This company, this head of the marketing would at least be drawing 70 lakhs rupees per annum. I just had an understanding of it because you get that understanding, right? Now, the point is, why is he not going to Europe? Why this person is not going to Europe? Either he's not fulfilling what is required from his company, either he's not getting the incentive. Is it something that is not working out with him in the company? So next time when I went on the call with this guy, I said, sir, I am absolutely okay to talk to you, but I have just one question to you. You have been to Singapore, you have been to Dubai. Don't you feel that there should be a trip to Prague also? Or maybe Poland also? It's like, why do you say that? I said, just was asking because I was just scrolling your social media handle and I was curious you did not posted any of these kind of photos. And he said, no, then there is a problem. Every time the person always say the target is not fulfilled. I do not get my incentive. Oh, my team is not working. Oh, they have the problem with the lead. The moment he started saying that, I again re-pitched my product and say, this is where the solution is. You get into this and I'm assuring you that you will get an answer to it. And believe on me, he signed the deal within the next 2 weeks with the full payment. So it's not about buying, it's about how you hold a conversation and from where do you get the information and how do you interpret that. Are you people getting it? Hello?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
very much.
Yes.
Nalin.
Yes, Swati.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
as a person, you need to be very smart from your brain. Sir, everybody is very smart over here. It's just like you have to channelize it. Everybody is smart here, right?
Yes.
Yes, you have to say that with confidence.
So, ma'am, I had been working with ICICI Bank as an RM. So, we were also in cross selling, and your approaches that you are telling are like very relevant, like how you should go about doing the closing, and like if it is getting stuck. So, it is giving a real life example right now. If we approach some customers, then how that we should go and see and look into what actually they are doing and where we can solve their problems, and then the sales can be. So it is
Yes,
a very good real life example.
thank you. So exactly this is what happens. So one second, please. Let's just pull up the. No problem. I'm so sorry. I take my sessions of online from a co-working space. So there was just somebody just dropped in. I'm so sorry for that. So exactly that's exactly how Kirti works. So that's exactly see everybody is smart. You just need to fine tune it. All right. So you need to understand the preparation is understand what is their core business, what is the industry performing, what are the challenges company can face or the industry is facing, challenge over the industry is currently facing. Read about their website. When you say read about their website, you should know it's lot of things about your website. Scan the website like very deeply. Don't just go randomly. And it will not take more than 15 to 20 minutes to scan one website. Because if the deal is more than 2 lakh rupees, 15 minutes is worth enough to scan on the website. As simple as that. Are you people getting what am I saying? So that's the preparations which you need to do. And the more, let me another give you, the more you talk to the people who have higher on the designation, the more you need to be very research oriented. If your research is not good, probably you will not crack the deal with them because you will not be able to hold on the conversation. And the deal never happens on the product of your company. It happens on how well you have bonded, on the emotions that you have, and how that person has started trusting you. If suppose in case you have been a person in case some if you have met any of the insurance person, if you would have sat down with them for more than 15 minutes, आप उनको ध्यान से देखना, they don't talk about their product also. They just talk about कि देखो इससे ये हो जाएगा, इससे ये हो जाएगा, इससे ये हो जाएगा, and at the end of the day they'll just pass on the form and say this is what exactly this will serve you. Sit down with the insurance person.
Ma'am, basically they will be telling about how the insurance is going to give you a life cover and how it will prevent your family in case you have some illness. Vagara. So they are playing with the emotions there only, and that is how people looking at their family, they want to invest later on so that their family is
Yes.
covered. Exactly, ma'am, what you said, emotions.
Yes. So let me just one tell you one thing, Kirti, to everyone. You don't play with the emotions as a salesperson. Don't use the wrong word over here. You never play with the emotions of a sales with the customer. You just explore the emotion. So if you say you're playing with the emotions, it's a very negative words. And don't sales people don't play. They're just putting up the right words, just giving you the reasons to buy it.
No, no, ma'am. Actually, what I've seen, like people doing in the branch, na, that is what I was explaining. But they are not actually saying something bad to people, only that their life can be covered. You are right about.
Sure. So your salespeople need a training from me then. All right. So the next thing is that I just sold myself. If you people realized, did you people realize it?
Yes.
How many of you? Yes, Anuja, sorry.
Hi. I just had one doubt. Like when you were talking about the whole approach over here of the band and all. I mean, when we come for sales, I mean there are different types of sales. I mean, if we have something called as cold calling, where I
Okay.
am not in a position to understand my consumer over there. I don't know who am I calling. I don't even know whether that person is going to be a male, female, or what will be the age group, anything about it. In
Okay.
those cases, what should be my approach to get the maximum amount of first attention so that I can get a further CTA on that?
Okay. So now there's a different approach when it comes to your cold calling. Cold calling, your objective is different when it comes to cold calling. Objective is that a person should give you the time. That's only the objective. Nothing more than that at that point of time. Am I right?
Yeah, I think too much an extent it's right. Yeah. A
Yes.
time also, and probably they should get that attention, like attention in a moment where they will be interested in putting more time in that.
Sure. So basically, the objective of the cold calling is to just get the attention. You have to just get the attention for that 5 minutes. Okay. Now here it is not about, because this is something that will happen on the later stage, the prospecting. The first is the way you speak to them, the way you say you hello, the way you say the name of your company, the confidence that comes with you is something that helps you in the cold calling. And how you represent. The moment they say, yes, tell me what you want to offer me, there is a time you have to ask them a question. Say, when I used to do a cold calling, I used to tell them, okay, I'm calling you from this company. This is all about this. And can I just take 30 seconds of yours? Now, in that 30 seconds, then he says, yes, tell me what do you need to talk about. So I used to say, I understand you are from this industry. And I'm assuming that you might have these kind of challenges. So if you can give me now another 1 minute where we can talk about the challenges. Now, once he says yes on that, then I start doing the prospecting. Then I start doing the qualifying, and then the approach comes.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
So the approach of cold calling is very different from the approach of these 7 steps, because this comes when the person has already given you the years to talk.
Understood. Yeah. Got it. Got it.
Is it making sense and relevancy to all the other people as well?
Yes.
Great. So then you come to approach step. Now, when it comes to the approach step, the one thing that never go wrong is smile. And believe on me, everybody has a beautiful smile. The point is, when you meet a people in the evening, go and meet any salesperson in the evening. Like, hello, yes, what do you want? They talk like that only. And it's so turning off. It could be if you have chosen a career, you need to be updated you need to be up and running every time. So please smile, greet warmly. It's very important, very understated. I'll tell you a real example of it as well. Okay, now let me tell you, all the people out here, is that the examples that I'm using from my personal kitty is the reason, so that there is a relevancy, and secondly, you people connected. Am I allowed to do that?
Yes.
Sure, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you so much. So I'll tell you a real example when it comes to greet warmly. So once I started my cold calling, the first cold calling, so I called up to one of the CEOs of the company, which was a 5,000 crores company. So somehow I got that number from one of my colleagues, and they challenged me to just talk for 5 minutes with this guy, not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes with this guy. I just called up to that person randomly and I said, hello, I'm Swati, I'm calling you from IDC company. Before I could say something else, he said to me, you know what, you should not call me back. I said, any particular reason why I should not be calling you back? He said, you sound like a receptionist. And you're talking to the CEO of the company who is 5,000 crores company. Maybe he could have been a bad of the mood. I don't know. But he actually said me that, and he hanged up the call. And thereafter, I started practicing the way the hello has been said. Hello, hello, hello. The authority has to come from here. And with the the warmness has to be there. People will just drop your call on the way you say hello. That's the power of your warmth on the call. And I'm telling you, this is a real fact. And that is the reason why you don't listen to the IDFC or HDFC, but you listen to the people who calls you from the educational institute. If somebody calls from the Times Group or IIM Calcutta, you will listen to them. And that is the only reason why. Are you people agreeing with me? At least you would not immediately hang up the call. That person will at least complete the statement stating that I am Swati Gupta, I am calling you from Times Group, and this is about the MBA program. You will at least hear to this much of statement. And then you will say not interested. You will not randomly call with this person. But with HDFC, you will randomly call, cut the call, because the way they spoke just turned you off. Human psychology. So that is the second thing. The third is, yes, Anuja. Okay.
No, I just forgot to remove my hand slip for the first of my query.
All right, no worries. So then you have to approach us, ask the right question by understanding the needs and the pain points of the people. Please ask question, because without the questioning, you will not understand whether the person is qualified for your time or not. Please don't waste your time, because you have very limited time, and what I'm so sorry, I missed out the word. And the sales deals has to be more. So please don't waste your time. Understand what is the people's need and what is the pain point. Why have they been to you? All right. Learn more about the customer. The problem with the most of the salespeople is they don't understand the customer. They start vomiting the product. This is exactly the word. You start vomiting the product, and which is gradually changing in the industry. Then follow up, then send thank you notes and personalized interaction, because this requires a lot of steps. Anything that you're selling more than 20,000 requires all of these steps. Anything which is less than 20,000 rupees, people buy like this. But the moment it is crossing 20,000 rupees, it has to have all of this step. People will only pay 20,000 rupees and above when they understand your product and when they understand you as a person. So that's the one thing. Any questions still here? Hello?
I have a question. Like many of the time when we are having a sales, it is more about having a kind of contract, or a kind of collaboration where there is not direct sale, but we are trying to have a contract which can help in having getting more sales about that. So do you have a different
Okay.
approach over here, like when you are directly meeting your so basically a difference between B2B and a B2C kind of concepts over here?
Yes, there is a big time difference over here. When you talk about B2B, the sales cycle is bigger. The convincing power are different. The decision makers could be multiple. The influencer could be multiple. When it comes to B2C, that is business to customer, there could be two people only who are involved in the decision maker. The sales cycles are smaller. You have to just got through the mind of one or two people. So there is a lot of difference, lot.
Okay. But this approaches that you're talking about, the band and the whole concept, I think to some extent that will be applicable over there also, right?
Yes, yes, it is applicable. See, when you talk about the sales process, now everything is there with both the things. That is for customer to customer also, business to business also, and business to customer also. Now, based on what and where are you doing an interaction, you need to pick it up. Okay, now suppose for example, I know the pain point of a person. If suppose I meet to Ankita, and Ankita has been referred by Rajeshri, and Rajeshri being a very good friend of mine, and she has bought my product. Now I know exactly Ankita has a pain point. So why would I spend time on Ankita's pain point? I will just reconfirm that. Yeah, I understand from Rajeshri stating that you have these kind of challenges. Do you have something else? So my questions changes.
Understood. Yeah, got it.
Right? Yes, Somali.
Yeah, ma'am, I am recently into network marketing. So, how can I do follow the steps in that?
Okay, so when you talk about a network marketing, you have to understand that in the network marketing, people only buy the product when they have trust on you. Now, let's take an example. I'm not saying that you are from this marketing only. I'll just take an example. Is MBA network marketing?
Sorry?
MBA is also a network marketing, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Now I'll give you an example of MBA. Now, when you go to, okay, now you have been to any of the, you met somebody on the bus station. You understood that this is something where I can sell the product of my artistry, which is in the MBA. Okay, you understand that person. You start interacting with this person. Now this is a lead for you. Now you're prospecting with them. Hi, what's your name? Where do you stay? That person becomes ease out with you. She starts understanding, okay, you might not be a wrong person. Now I'm just saying the real examples of how do artistry do a networking. Okay, now what happens is you say, oh, where do you stay? Okay, I stay nearby only. But at the very moment, as the person is going to board a bus, or maybe is this going to go out, you just quickly wanted to get their product, okay, get their number. So you say them, can I just have your number? See, I actually belong to an MBA and I just need 15 minutes of your time, either at your place or maybe we can meet over a coffee off table. That's okay. Now, the next time you call him up, the person, and then you start building a repo with them. Now, when you say repo building, is that because if the person has told you to come to their house, or maybe they have come to a coffee table or a coffee shop with you, then you have to build a repo. Now, how is repo? The repo is, firstly, you have to make him trust that you are a genuine person. Because there are people who are very fraudster in the market. So you are a genuine person. Now, how do you do that? You talk about yourself a bit. Oh, I have been into MBA since so many long time. I understand the business. I was actually this. I have kids. I have that. I have a family. Now, these kind of conversation will help you to build a trust, because you know the mindset. How does the mindset go? If you have a family, the chances are very less that you will fraud me.
Right.
दिस इज द माइंडसेट. ऐसा नहीं है कि यही रूल है, बट ये माइंडसेट है और चांसेस भी होते हैं. एम आई राइट ऑन दैट, सोमाली?
Yes. But do we on the first meet tell them about that we are into network marketing, or just hi, hello, and
Yes. Now I'll tell you, yes, you should do that, because now this is the scenario of a COVID and a pre-COVID. Okay. Before pre-COVID, it was not allowed to tell you directly that we are from the network marketing. But after COVID, you have to tell that we are from the network marketing. You know why? Because people know exactly how does the network marketing work. So if when you beat around the bush and at the end of the day, you tell them, now, oh, I'm from the network marketing, why don't you just come and attend one of my program? They get annoyed. Don't you think?
yes, I also think that whatever we are doing, we should do it with honesty from the beginning, not
Yes.
telling afterwards. And then it feels like cheating that this person was being so cozy with me because she has something other thing in mind. Like,
Yes. Now, but there is a style of doing it now, Somali. Now, if you come to me and say, me, oh, Swati, my name is Somali and I'm into networking marketing. My say is that why don't you come for one of my meeting? Of course, I would say no to you. Now, how do you do that with style? The thing is, you come to me and say me, hi, Swati, how are you? Nice meeting you, pleasure. You gave me a time. See, frankly, I'll tell you, you don't know me, I don't know you. Of course, there is an agenda which I'm here for. Before telling you the agenda, let me first tell you the life that has been changed from the last couple of years and how it has changed. Of course, there would be something and something you need to cook up also. And then say, this has the privilege of me getting into this kind of system. It could be any networking. It could be MBA, it could be BNI, it could be anything that you want to project. Now, firstly, now the second thing I want to understand, in that system only you have to understand, does she has a need for it? Why she has invested that time with you in that coffee shop? Or why she has invited you at your place, at her place. So if she says that, oh, I understand that there is a problem, I want to get back to job, I don't know where to go with, I don't know how to network, this is a need she is defining. You have to understand, oh, you have to take a one step at a time. Now, what is that one step? Oh, I was in the same problem, then somebody introduced me to BNI. I took one step at a time. This is what exactly all about. So I'll be talking about the money part of it in little later wise. But let's talk about, firstly, are you ready to take this step? Do you take a decision on this? Or is there your husband would also be involved in this for you? He takes decisions for you. How does your working of your house work? You sit down or you have an individual authority to take up decisions on your career. uh, talk about the children's, talk about their career plan, talk about their thought process, talk about what they are looking for, talk about do they have any challenges, what are the challenges that they have, how have they tried to overcome it till now and they were not able to help out, and then pitch your product. Just pick up one pain point and one solution and just club it there on the emotions. They will get sold. Don't sell everything that your networking has. Sell only one crux pain point that they have with one solution that will give them higher advantage. That's it. You don't have to really sell them everything, just one. People get sold on only one or two solutions only.
Okay.
Does that make relevancy to you, Somali?
Yes, 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 ma'am.
All right. Swati is okay.
Thank you.
So you have to also understand that next is Kirti. Yeah.
So, ma'am, I would like to ask a question like the framework that we got, greed, smile. Suppose if you are going for a credit card, so how will we approach some person for that? Smile, greet warmly, ask the questions. How can we fit this into selling a credit card?
On the cold call or on the face to face?
On the call.
On the call, right?
Yes.
So just smile, na? Smile and call up the person. Hi, my name is Swati. Because when you smile before the call, it comes in the voice, right? Hi, my name is Swati. Hi, my name is Swati.
Right.
The voice
And
changes with the smile on the cold call. Try it. Have you not encountered this, Kriti, that if some of your friend has called you and he just said you hi or she has said you hi, you said kya baat hai? To tension mein kyun hai?
uh, yeah, we can
Right?
touch the mood over the call, like if they are being irritated or they are being happy or they are like asking about something. So yes, that comes on the call.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's the point. Your voice has the power to tell the other person you're tired or not. So if even you are making 150 call of the day, you need to be the same. As simple as that, because you chose profession of sales.
Yeah.
And let me
Okay,
tell you
so
all the people out here, sales is a tough profession. Yes, it is. And you should pat your back that you have chosen that.
true, and then we can tell them about the offer that they are having the good offer. Like we should greet them warmly and then tell about the offer. Like
Yes, simple.
see,
So
thank you so
now
much.
the second part is the power of presentation. You have to understand that sale is very tricky and you have to understand that the customer. See, when I say customer, it involves you also when you are a customer. You always want more than what you sell. What you actually, I'm so sorry. You always want more than the money that you pay to them. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
Correct? That's a basic human psychology. But when you're on this side of the job, when you're on the selling side of the job, you have to understand the power of presentation. That you have to balance this is what I can give you, and this is what I can actually compromise on. Now, what happens in a lot of situation is that suppose you have to make 100 deals. Example I'm giving you. Say, suppose you're working for a credit card. Okay, let's talk about credit card. Suppose you want to make and you have to sell 20 credit cards in a month. That is a sales target which has been given to a salesperson of any bank. Now 20 credit card he has to sell. Now what is he doing is he went to a person and he say, I'll sell you this credit card. This is the power of the credit card. This is what it will help you. Exactly. Now he's convinced that, okay, I'll buy the credit card. But the person who is buying will say, you give me this also, you give me this also, you give me this also, you will give me this also. Now what happens over here is that the salesperson has the mindset that I need to sell 20 credit cards. So he doesn't think anything apart from that. He just think I'll give whatever the client wants, but I just want the deal to come into thing. Now think from the perspective of a company here. What happens is company doing anything free fund? No. Company needs money at the end of the day. Correct. Now, even if you have sold the credit card, 20 credit card, but the revenue that you have generated for the company is only just 100 rupees. Now, what will the company do with that? The company wants a revenue of 200 rupees. Why you have just generated the 100 rupees? Because you have given so much to the person, it has cost to the company involved. So the presentation has a balance of give and take. Always remember that this is something which I cannot go beyond. But sales people do that in the market, and there where the presentation has is been falling. People achieve their target. People people achieve their target, people are very happy, but companies are still not getting into profit because the revenue, the bottom line of the company is not getting higher because we are selling more to the people. But you should always think from the perspective of the company also. Company is paying you the salary, not the person. Is that okay?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
It
Yes,
does.
yes.
It does.
Great. So this is the power of presentation. You have to understand who, what, when, where, and how about your companies. Okay, you have to understand about your company. Prabha, just mute yourself, please. Who is the person? What is the company all about? When is the company established? Where is the company? How it is going to solve the problem? Please get all these questions very clearly defined before going to any sales call. That's first thing that you need to do. Secondly, always understand that people buy stories. When we were young, we used to buy stories by asking stories by our parents. When we became adults, we started watching for movies. When we started becoming more adults, we started gossiping. When we became more adult, we started talking about the case studies. We love stories. Everybody in this world loves stories. People get very engaged when you talk about stories, when you share experiences. So the presentation should be in the form of stories. Oh, this is, if you buy this, this is going to really help you to solve this problem. Just imagine that आपके पास कितना time होगा. Now, I'm just talking about somebody. For example, somebody comes and says me about the washing machine to buy. He will say, see, I'm going to give you this kind of washing machine. This is the parameters of the washing machine. I have this quality. I'll tell you what, the best part about my washing machine, it doesn't require maintenance. So it saves your 4,000 rupees a month, 4,000 rupees a year. Now that's a trigger point. It's a story to me. Emotional story. अरे मेरे 4,000 रुपए बच जाएंगे. बॉश बोलता है ये चीज आई हैव बीन बोल रहा है. Just a story in a simple format, and this is where I'll get sold on. Correct? Show a demo when it is required. Please share specific case studies about the presentation. Take a break to check in with people. Do you have any questions? These are the steps of presentation. Highlight your company's name, logo, whatever you have, because even if the person doesn't buy at that very moment, even after qualification, it is absolutely okay. This person can buy after 2 months also. That is okay. So please keep an impact here by hitting them again and again and again that this is about this particular brand. Right? Now there is another, then let's come to the next step. I'll be a little fast now. So then comes the objection. So there are two types of objection. One is the expletive objection and one is an implicit. Now what is explicit? Okay, oh, this is very expensive product. I cannot buy or afford. Explicit. People will talk about the money. Okay, done. Now you have to answer that. Okay, we have EMI, we have options like this. We have certain points which we can give you. We can give you the last price, everything. The second one is people don't talk about. How would you take care of that? Everything is okay, but let me just get back to you. Now, what is that get back to you? You need to ask that. Are people getting it? What am I trying to say? I understand your product is nice. Yeah, it is going to solve my problem. Oh, my husband is absolutely okay with that. But still, let me get back to you. Now, you don't know what the objection is. You really don't know what the objection is. How would you answer it if you don't know the objections, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Right?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Right. Yeah, so you need to talk about it. Now I'll give you another example to it. So I was actually interacting with one of the companies in Hyderabad. So it was about a sales training. Okay. Now I gave a complete TOC, that is table of contact, to them. And I was just waiting for these people because I gave a certain quotations to them. Now I was waiting for these people for 2 or 3 days, stating that they will reply me back, they will reply me back, but they were not replying me back. I was like, now if I go to them as a sales trainer, once I go to them, they will tell me, oh, they did not talk to me about it. They were just telling me, we'll get back to you, we'll get back to you. I said, okay, fair, no problem. I again gave 2-3 days to them. Now the point is either I need to know yes or a no. Now, as a salesperson, the salesperson came out of me. I actually messaged them in a very simple way. Hi, Mr. Shankar. I just wanted to understand that you got an opportunity to go to the table of content which I have sent to you. I hope there is no any questions over there. If there is any question, let's speak about it. So he said, no, there is no question about it. We are just discussing internally. So I got to understand there is no problem with the content that I'm given to them. Now, after that, after 2 hours, I again messaged to him. I understand one more thing, that there is no question over there. But let me just put you over here is that if suppose you don't give me an answer within 3 days, yes or a no, because as I'm a freelancer, there are different dates which are required by different people. So let me just tell you that the money, the amount which I have quoted you will not be valid. So it might go up or it might go down. I'm not very sure on that. It depends on the dates that I am available. And it is a fact. It is an absolute fact. The moment I messaged this thing to him, he said to me, I really wanted to talk about it. You are charging extra. You're quoting extra. You're quoting high. I want somebody over here. Then the problem came. I said, what is that now? The problem is, tell me now. So the pricing was the problem. So he told about it, which he was not telling from last 10 days. Now, once he said the problem, then I gave a solution to it. Why am I charging to it? So of course, I did not reduce the price. What I did was I gave something extra to them. I said, okay, I'll give you more of 3 hours of training, which will be on me. So that's how I close the deal. So let the objection come in. The one of the things which I have observed in the salespeople are that they get very scared with objections. They feel अगर customer ने objection पूछा और मैं जवाब नहीं दे पाया तो customer छूट जाएगा. अरे छूट गया तो छूट गया. पहले objection तो समझ लो. That's the point. जान दो छूट गया तो. But don't get scared with the objection. People get so scared with the objection to handle. Am I right or am I wrong? So that's talk about objection. Let people talk about objection. It is okay. Even if they have 100 objection now, let every objection come out. Either you will get the client or you will get the learning. So first thing, listen. What are they saying? Don't listen to answer. Listen to understand what is the real objection. If they say, no, I have somebody I need to talk to, or let me get back to you. I also need to check on how are we placed when it comes to the payments. Now, the objection here is money, not the person. When you listen to them very, very nicely, then you'll understand what is an objection. Listen to them, understand them, respond them, and confirm them. So I understand that, okay, you have a problem with the payment, or maybe you have a problem with the finance, or maybe the pricing. Can we talk about it? I have different ways to explain you with this. Let's figure out how it suits best to each other. Let's talk about it, no? It's okay. So that's how it go with the objection. Then you ask, then you close the sale. The last one is you have done everything. You prospect, you qualify, you approach, you pre-approach, you present, you take care of the objection. Now the point is you ask for the sales. You tell people, let's take a step. Why don't you do a form filling? Why don't you send the costing? Please prepare for negotiation. Please, let's close the deal. You ask for the sale. People will never close the sales. You have to ask for the sales. Can we send you a form? If you go to any of the consumer products now, after 35 minutes, people start asking you questions. Blue color ka loge ya black color ka loge? They ask you this kind of question. They're closing the sales. Would you like to do a payment through credit card or आप UPI pay करोगे? They ask you a question. आपको 18 number shoes सही लग रहा है कि 19 number shoes सही लग रहा है? Are you comfortable with this color or that color? They are asking for closing. They ask you for the closing and they push you to take a decision. That's exactly what the closing is. You need to always push. So I personally don't believe into any kind of pull strategy because there is no pull strategy. I understand there, but closing a sale always required a little push. It's absolutely okay. When people say, no, please don't go with the pull strategy, don't go with the push strategy, go with the pull strategy. No, boss. You need to push customer when you need a close of the sale. People don't want to shell out the money. Right? So this is the thing. Any questions still here before we get to the next step? We have completed the sales process.
No questions.
No.
Is it absolutely clear to everyone, or is it like I was not able to explain? What was it?
It
It
was
was
clear.
absolutely clear,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it's clear.
Okay, so great. Thanks. So you do have no questions till now? Are you people getting the concept of it?
Yes.
Ma'am, can you show the slide before objections before this? Yes. Thank you. Thanks.
You can take a screenshot of it if you people want to, because if I'm not
Right,
very
I will
sure
show.
on that you people are aware of this or not, there would be an exam that you will have to undergo once you complete your 10 sessions. So please, you need to undergo all of these questions again. So take a screenshot of it because the PPTs are not available. So please take a screenshot.
Any PDF is also not available of complete this.
No, nothing is available. It is something that you have to write it down. And the second one is if I'm just telling you to take a screenshot. I mean, just click a photo, no? Or maybe a screenshot will do.
The process. Just the screenshot of the process. The first slide, Swatiji, please.
I'll give you the screenshot. Okay, 1 second. Just let me finish that first. So,
Ma'am, can you share the important material with us, like in the last of the class?
So let Avneet answer this question, Kirti, a little while. Let me first finish this. Let's discuss with Avneet. Frankly, I normally don't give because Harke only don't allow me to give any of the slides. Just Avneet could be helping you out with this. Just give me 15 minutes more. Would that be okay, Kirti?
Sure.
All right. So let's get to the next part of it, which is called as a 4 type of selling. There are only 4 type of selling that you have. One is the inbound sales, one is outbound sales, one is B2B sales, and B2C sales. Now, what is an inbound sales? Now, inbound sales is suppose I walk to a showroom of a car dealer because I want to purchase a car. It's an inbound sale because I am going to buy a car. Okay, the car people are not calling me up. I am going to a gym membership. It's an inbound sale. I am going to yoga center. Is an inbound sale. All right. I am going to, buy a pants in a Bliss Club on Instagram. Is an inbound sale. I'm inquiring. When I go to a client and ask for, I have a need, because I have a need and I look for a solution, that's an inbound sale. Now, I'll tell you the best part about the inbound sales is 50% of the job is already done because when the person has a need, then only the person gets into that particular shop. That's an inbound sale. What is an outbound sale? When the client reaches out to you as in terms of, oh, I have an HDFC credit card. Why don't you buy this credit card? Why don't you upgrade your Coral debit card to Platinum debit card? That's an outbound sales. Okay. So that's when the company reaches out to the customer, then it's an outbound sale. It's a difficult job. Let me tell you, it's a cold calling. The ratio over here is like 1%. If you call up 500 people, the conversion would be 5. But in inbound sales, if there are 50 people walking in, the conversion would be 10. So it's absolutely okay. Nothing is wrong or right. It's just you have to do a little more extra work when it comes to outbound. That's it. Let me tell you another view to it. In the outbound, you learn more. You know why? Because you need to explore a lot. The more you explore, the more you have the knowledge. It is a saying in the sales. The more you learn the sales, the more you get better in the sales. The more you get the rejections, the more better you get in the sales. So please get ready for the rejections. Rejections are very beautiful when it comes to sales. So that's an outbound sales. Then comes to B2B, that is business to business, as in terms of me, company who is making a software, selling a company to a retail software, retail industry, B2B sales. All right. That is a B2B. Now, what is another example of B2B? What I can say is that, okay, I have a paint company, Asian Paint Company, example. Now, I go to a new project of Salarpuria or maybe Satwa Group, and now I say, okay, I'll paint your whole project in this particular amount. It's a B2B. So it's company to company, business to business, right? And what is B2C? As in terms of, now this is a company, this is the place I'm sitting in. This is a co-working space. Okay, it's a company, but I am an individual user of it. I'm a customer. So I'm paying to him. So he has reached out to me. So it's a business to company, customer, individual. When you go to mall, it's business to customer. Lifestyle is selling you a pant. You are business to customer. So when the one person is buying the product, it's customer. Yes, Shanti.
There is one more, like B2CH also. It's not coming in the selling process.
I'm sorry, I missed out. What?
There is one more in the selling process, the type B2CH. Is it not the part of the sale process?
What is CH? What is
CH?
the
Yeah, it's a business to customer channel.
Business to customer channel. That's a new word that they have. But what is a channel? Channel is what?
Channel is again you're selling to the distributor, then retailer, and then after that it will come to the customer.
Ultimately, you're selling to customer only, na?
Right. Yeah.
It's a new word only that has come. People come up with the new words every year. There is new word added to dictionaries of the sales, but the basic remains the same.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, Prabha.
Can you please give me one example for the clear difference between the inbound sales and the outbound sales?
Simple. You walk into the showroom of car to buy a car, inbound sales. You go to Cult Fit to buy a membership of yoga, inbound sales. Outbound sales is HDFC credit card is calling you and asking you, would you like to upgrade your credit card? Outbound sales.
Thank you.
Right? So this is about the 4 types of selling. So it is just some of the examples that you can see over here. Inbound sales is going to purchase a car, going for shopping, going for spas, going for gym, going for yoga. You yourself are going to buy certain things. That's an inbound sale. So when a potential customer or the prospect reaches out to your business to ask about the product or service, it is called as an inbound sales. It's a pull strategy. Now people are starting using the pull strategy also, but how are they doing it? Now you have to understand it is a customer centric because person has researched about you and he has come to your showroom understanding the nitty-gritty of your company. So now you have to not talk about your company. Now you have to talk about what is the need, want, emotions and FOMO of the customer. Then only the person will buy the product from you. It focuses on value. He comes with a mindset that I need to get value out of the money that I'm paying to you. And you need to now build a trust that why am I better than my competitors? That's basically inbound sales. Now people are using different kind of inbound sales when it comes to they are using content marketing. People are actually started writing on the, okay, now I am a person who is using inbound sales. I write every day on LinkedIn. You know why? Because I tell them, okay, I'm a person who is good with the sales. So if you talk to me and if you have a problem, let's talk, let's explore the call. So I write the content so that people come and talk to me. What are you doing? The once I start talking to them, I'll tell them, okay, this is what my expertise is. Would you like to hire my service? Social media, blogging, SEO, referrals, read about the articles. These are different ways of inbound selling. Events, when you have an exhibition, if you participate in an exhibition as a company and people walks in to the exhibition, it's an inbound sales. And they come up to your stall as an inbound sales. So that's the thing. So this is actually a process of the inbound sales. Let's not get into this. This will little confuse you at this point of time because I might require a little extra time to explain this, but I'll explain this tomorrow to you because we have lack of time now. So this is attract, convert, close, and delight when it comes to inbound sales. I'll explain you tomorrow. Just remind me on this. Now the other outbound sales is you cold call, you email write, you go door-to-door selling, you have social selling, you have event selling also, you have in-person selling also. Now the question you should asking me is that the events come into inbound also and outbound also. Correct? How? So if I am a part of an exhibition and if I have walked into that exhibition, I have just registered my number over there. It's an inbound call, okay? If I have come to your stall, but I have not purchased anything from you. Now, if you go back to your office and start calling me up from the next day, it's an outbound call. So inbound sales can also be said as a digital marketing? No. No, inbound sales cannot be a digital marketing. It's a way of marketing.
Then here what we have mentioned here, right? Like ACO and like sending emails, campaign, everything. So how means all that activity also we do in that digital marketing stage.
Yes, so that is not exactly an inbound because here on the screen only you can see that email writing is an outbound and email writing comes into digital marketing. So exactly digital marketing comes into both inbound and outbound both.
Okay.
Right? Can you see on the screen
That's
only?
scenario.
There is something called as email writing. And email
Yeah.
writing is basically a part of digital marketing also, but that's coming into
Correct.
outbound.
But most of the things means points are covered in inbound sales only.
Yes,
Yeah.
most of the point, but you cannot categorize that.
Get it. Okay, got it.
Right? So that's the thing. Now, what is B2B sales? B2B sales is business to business. Just understand that when I reach out to another business as a B2B sales, it's a high value deal. It is never a small value deal. It is never like to 20,000, 30,000 deal. It's always into lakhs. Second one, it always have a long sales process because there are multiple decision makers, there are multiple influencers, there are multiple supporters, there are multiple teams who are involved into this. So it's a long process. It's at the organizational level. It is not as customer ki acha main ek bandi hu mere se baat kar liya deal ho gaya. It is never like that. There are people who are involved in that. There are many stakeholders. As I said, it could be MD, it could be CEO, it could be head of any department, it could be anybody who are involved into that. Right? That's a B2B sales. And the B2C sales is basically a low value deal. It's a business to customer. It's a shorter sales cycle. It is conducted at the individual level and it has one or two stakeholders. So basically, when you go to a mall, you are into B2C. A company is selling you a product. So you and your husband take a decision of buying something at that very moment. So the value deal could be between 15 to 20 to 25,000. So this is all about the day. So I here finish the session for this. So firstly, the last basically I was trying to just go through the slide, but I hope you understood the concept of inbound, outbound, B2B and B2C. Yes, Viniti. Vinti.
Yeah, Swati, can you show all the slides so that we can take the photo of those slides as you were telling me in the last of the session?
Sure, done. Any other questions anybody have?
Ma'am, I have a question here. Like you have mentioned 4 different types of selling, that is inbound, then outbound, then B2B, B2C. So when it comes to B2B also, sometimes we go ahead with the, means I consider that inbound and outbound sales, that is a process which we get involved in doing, reaching to that means B2B prospecting and all. Like we have a service and we are selling that service to someone, to a company. So in that way, we do inbound selling and we do outbound selling also. All that process are involved. So how that has been considered in the four types of selling? My I have a confusion there.
Can you just rephrase your question? I am just not able.
Yeah, it has been mentioned in the four steps, right? Four different steps of selling. So, what means my thought process here is like the two process steps which you have mentioned, that inbound and outbound, that can be considered as a process. Whether we are moving ahead to the B2B things or B2C.
Yes.
Why it has been considered in that steps actually, like.
Okay. In that context, you're asking. So
Yeah.
okay. So yes, inbound and outbound is basically a process only. But now, why it has been into it is because it has started being okay. What happens over here is that when it comes to inbound is basically me customer reaching out to me. Correct.
Huh.
Correct.
Directly.
B2B is a part. Okay. Now, if suppose. Okay, one second. I never said anything about the as it is into category. I said different types of selling.
Different types. So here, when it comes to B2B selling, so that involves inbound selling also, outbound selling also, because means I'm taking care example of my company. Let's say we are selling automation testing software. So we reach out to different companies only. So we are not reaching directly to some client or user who will be. Sometimes we are using the channel partner also. Sometimes we are directly using to the company. With whom we can tie up, and they can also stay.
Yes. So actually, I got the
Yeah.
question. The point is, I have just put that and categorized into selling part. What I can do best is, suppose this question was very relevant. Actually, I never thought about it. So what I can just do it like I'll just say two types of selling, that is B2B and B2C, and I'll put the process as both the thing has inbound and outbound.
Yeah, like it's that involved the process as inbound selling and outbound selling.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my confusion.
Yes,
Why
yes.
we are
So
considering
basically, it's
as
a process, but I never thought on the process term because I was trying to explain it. So yes, I'll differentiate that. I'll just change the slide. Thank you for pointing it out that to me. I'll change the slide because if that creates a confusion, that I'll change it because initially it was not getting. You actually asked a very relevant question, so let me change that. Let me not give you any excuse for it.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you so much for putting up that question.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, so slide starts from here. Whoever wants to take the photos. So this is the first slide. That is 7 steps of sales process. Are you people clicking it? Because somebody need to say me yes or next step. I can't see anybody now.
Yeah, we have taken it. You can go to the next slide.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you please wait and go to the last slide? I'll take a screenshot.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have one more question. Like for if somebody is coming over the counter, then it can be inbound sales. But if we are then again managing their whatever lead we have got from them, then that will be outbound sales. So, ma'am, everything can be like the sales part is together only, na? Both the things are getting used.
No. One second. The person has already come down to your into your showroom asking about certain things about you. Then it's already a inbound sales. If you even after you call to them after that, then it doesn't consider as an outbound sale. It's an inbound only because the customer has reached out to you. Not you're convincing customer to buy your product.
Okay, so that will come completely in inbound.
Yeah, that will come into inbound only.
And if we are reaching out to the customer, that is outbound.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'm changing the slide. I'm changing the slide.
1 minute, 1 minute. Can you go back one? It takes time, yeah, please.
Can I change?
One second.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, next you can go with it. Yeah, done. Next. Yeah, next. Yes. Done. Next. Okay.
Did I change? Somebody need to answer me. I cannot see anybody. I'm just able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
One back, please.
This is something, just an example.
Okay.
If you want to do this, just an example.
Okay.
Done.
Done.
Just remind me that tomorrow I have to cover this.
Yeah, done.
Inbound.
Yes.
Okay.
That's it. That was the last slide. Okay, now before I close up the whole call, just want to tell you all the people who are present over here is that don't get into the trap of what is inbound, outbound. This is just to understand a basic. Understand two things when you come to sales. First, what is the pain point? What is that you're solving with the customer, and do he has or she has the money to pay? When you start exploring these two questions, trust me, you will start closing a lot of deals. The deal could be as basic as 500 rupees or 5 lakh rupees, doesn't matter. But both the things required only two things. One, first, what is that he requires? Is it need, want, FOMO emotions? And second one, does he has the money? Always remember and do the authority check and the time check. Second, I want to really tell you, it's one of the most high paying job which would be required by the year 2032, 33, 34. Start building up your career in this right now. Secondly, if you are into sales, start accepting rejection. People don't reject you individually. People reject the product or a service. So don't take things personally. You need to understand this fundamentals of sales, because what happens, people leave sales in between. Why? Because they can't handle rejection. Sales is a business of rejection. Get prepared for that. And believe me, it is beautiful. Once you get the hand holding of how you need to understand the customer, you become a star performer. Now you do that in 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, 6 months. In a year, it's up to you. The more you learn, the more you get into it, the more you learn. Simple. So if you have chosen very consciously to get into this sales process, get into it. Put your skin into it and trust me, you will be a star performer. And it's fun. So it's difficult, but at the same time, it is fun. I would not say it is an easy job. And you should pat every day to your back that you did a great job for the day. I wanted to switch on the camera at least for the last time before we log off for the day. Everyone. All right, now I want to hear out three things. First, give me two learnings of the day. Raise your hand, I'll call out the name. Two learnings of the day. Yes, Rajshri. You're on mute, Rajshri.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Swati. Yeah, be confident and smile is the best key to win everyone. That's it.
Sure.
To
Yes,
summarize everything.
Yes. Prabha.
You want me to summarize or?
No, your
Okay.
your learning.
One thing is we find into whatever the stream we are. Yes, we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So once we learn this, sometimes learning this, I feel somewhat confident. Yes, there are people who have come from different streams. Yes, they are able to do it. So yes, why not I?
Yes, thank you. Yes, Kirti.
So, ma'am, I would say that it was good knowing that initially that we should create smile, know the pain point of the customers, and at the same time use a like we should probe about them. Like you said, na, that you went on the social media side, ma'am, and then you saw that they were going to Singapore and all. Then you solved the problem, and then you asked the right questions, and then the sales would happen. So it was a good learning point, and as well as it is a little tiring, like sales can be tiring, give a pat on the back and then go ahead with that. Good interactions.
Yes, thank you for
Can
saying
I
it.
ask
Kirti,
one question?
one second, Kirti. I just want to tell you one thing, that when you use these kind of things now for your sales conversion, you have to be very clear what are you speaking. You just can't go random because people can backfire you. So you have to be very smart when you use these kind of sales tactics.
Sure.
Okay. Anybody was saying something in between? I'm so sorry I interrupted. Who is that person? Okay. Smita?
Yeah, so my key points that I've understood is to to understand the pain point of the customer and does he or she have money, and also another important thing is do the authority check and the time check.
Okay, great. Yes, Monica.
Yeah, honestly care for like the people, and the intent has to be very clear, like strong connect with these two things.
Great.
And what's there in mind, like the mind of the customer.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Thank you so very much. Any feedback for me?
awesome session. I thought I would be missing out, even though cameras were on and off, but we were in front of the laptop only. But usually we turn off right when we are doing some other task, but we are fully involved. Thank you for making it so interactive and always I would say on high alert. Ab kya question puchoge aap? So that was always there, and it was very interesting.
All right.
Otherwise,
Thank
you
you.
wouldn't have got our attention for so long. So really looking forward for other sessions.
Sure. Be loyal towards the customer. No, Ankita. Where is Ankita? Ankita, be loyal to your company. Be generous or caring towards your customer. Are you there? Ankita actually just wrote that be loyal towards the customer. Ankita, are you there? So be loyal to your company and be caring towards the customer. That has to be the statement. All right. Thank you so very much. See you tomorrow and have a pleasant evening. And there is this feedback. There is a session. There is a homework that you need to do. From here, the Avneet will be taking for 5-10 minutes, please.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Swati.
Thank you so much, Swati.
Thank you. Can I ask one question? Like, we will get a freelancing opportunity after this course? Like
that Avneet would be talking about.
Okay, they'll take a session on that. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a nice
Okay, so
interaction.
thank you so much, Swati.
Thank you
And
so much, Swati.
I will explain the further details. Okay, ladies, I have posted your schedule for the upcoming days. Okay, and your calendars are already blocked for those dates. Those who have not, the only thing what you have to do is, Swati, if you will allow me, I would want to take them for a walkthrough of the portal so that they understand where to see what.
So I'll log off.
Yes, sure, Swati. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Chalo, thanks. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Okay, ladies, please stay
Bye.
back for 5 minutes as we have few things to discuss. So which will be of your benefit for sure. Moving ahead. Okay, just allow me to share my screen. I'll just show you how to go about the portal. Those who have not joined, a humble request to please. People have joined the portal, but there you have not joined the particular group in which you're going to get the assignments and your information will be uploaded. Okay, so those who have not joined, please do so. It becomes easier for you only. Okay, is my screen visible to all?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is a group. Each one of you is part of Women in Sales Connect. Those who have not joined, the links have been shared multiple times in your group. Please join that. This is your schedule, which I have posted just a few minutes back. Okay, so you have next session, which is tomorrow, identification of prospects. So today you do not have any assignment. You will be having assignment tomorrow. And then the next session will be scheduled on 20th September. Okay, so that's all for this week you will be having. Then after talking about what you were asking, Kirti, if I'm not mistaken. Yes,
Yeah,
Kirti,
I'm Kirti.
about
And
that.
actually, I just wanted to know the benefits and what we will be getting after we complete this course.
So see, you can, most of it will be self-explanatory because the topics which are there will explain a lot about what will be, what contents will be shared. And of course, the coaches will do their job best. You have met one of the coach already. Swati is going to take 3 more sessions for you. Tomorrow, again, you will be having this session with Swati only, identification of prospects. Okay. Basis that topic, there will be one assignment also, which will be posted. Okay. Also, second, this platform is going to give you a lot more networking opportunities. You can meet a lot of people who are from the same domain. Also, the people who are not from the same domain but are aspiring to get into sales. Okay, coming to the what you're talking about at the end of the benefit of the program is you will be having 30th of September, there will be a session which will be identification of the prospect. Okay.
Sorry, in last of September there would be
30th of September, you will be having a session. Okay. Which will be identification of the prospect. And then in this, you will be having an assessment. Okay. So basis the assessment, there will be the opportunity based. Okay. So as of now, we are not promising any opportunity here. Marking your assessment, that's when you will get any
So we
opportunity.
will be getting a freelancing certificate. Somebody from the team was telling us
So
that.
certificate, yes, you will, irrespective of the assessment, you will be getting the certificate to attend this program for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Then later on, there might be opportunities for freelancing with her.
Yes, depending on how you perform in your assessment, my dear.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
Uh,
moving
may-
forward, please, as I shared the link that hit interested, and you will get the link for the session. Your calendars are blocked with the particular links. Also, we will be sharing the same in the WhatsApp group also. When we share, please, hit interested on the link. Automatically, you will get 2 mails from the Herky domain, and in which you will be getting the Gmeet link to join this session. Okay. Yes, Vinti, please, you can ask what you wanted to ask.
Yeah, Agni, the same thing actually as Kriti was telling. So when we'll be getting this certificate, so will that certificate will be valid only for Herky's openings or for other places
Absolutely
also?
not. You can use the certificate anywhere, my dear.
Okay.
Okay. You can, of course, showcase it on the LinkedIn or Haki portal. You can add it in your resume. So you can just be attentive towards your sessions. Just grasp there's a lot more which is coming in. Okay. Today was just the introduction to sales. There is a lot, reading the topic. That's why I said reading the headings of the topics, you will understand what all for sales we are covering in this program.
And one more thing, I just want to understand if there is someone in this who can guide us or as a counselor who can to the counseling of us what we are having proper interest and what we are looking for it, as we are having the sales interest, but how to go ahead after doing the certification also.
See, I would suggest in that way, Vinti, that you guys, each other can help you best. Okay. One, you can be each other's mentors, and your coaches will be your best mentors. Okay. The more you become interactive in your sessions, the coaches will get to know your potential.
Okay.
Okay. After Swati, you will be meeting one more coach. Okay. She will be there for hybrid selling. She will be there for pitching the right product. The topics like these will be covered by another coach. Okay. So, and why you have been all put in one group here, whether it is WhatsApp or it is on the portal, please network with each other. Okay. There might be a possibility that Kriti is better in some other topic and you are best in some other. Both of you can talk and make a best of both the topics. Right. So help each other. Hand holding is always great.
And one more thing, will the recording be available of this session or it won't be available?
No, dear. These are all live sessions. See, Swati has been really nice to give you the screenshots of her recordings. So we would request you all to please be there on time, as coaches put in a lot of effort, and so is the team behind. Also puts in a lot of effort to get you guys on board. Also to, the reminder calls, messages, everything is there for you guys. If at all there is a very, very great emergency, you can please inform us. We have to take the permission from the coach if they are ready to do that. Yeah. So,
one more thing, Neet,
yes, Prabha.
has there been any message posted just now, as you said,
Where you're talking about, dear?
To our emails and all? Has it been
See,
sent?
I have shared one message in the portal, which just now I had shown you your schedule.
Okay, because
Right. So that message is being posted on the portal. Also, I have shared the same link in your WhatsApp group. Are you part of the WhatsApp group already?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So you can see every information we will share in the WhatsApp group. Please do not ignore the messages shared in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay.
And I hope, let me just check if you have joined the portal. The people who have not joined the portal probably will not be able to see the messages. That's why we are again and again requesting you all to join the portal. We have provided 2 links in the beginning. One was to join the portal and second was to join the particular group you are part of. Okay?
Hi, Avneet.
Yes,
Rajashri
Rashmi.
here.
Yes, dear.
Yeah, Avneet, just wanted to know after the assessment, means the opportunity which will be offered, is it only limited to Herky or we can also look for other opportunity,
See,
like
for
for
the
other
other
companies?
opportunities, yes, you can definitely, as you can see on the screen on the left hand side under the job, under the home, there is a job tab, jobs,
Yeah,
right? So
correct.
you can explore the opportunities through Hockey portal, but there are a lot of jobs posted there as well. Okay. So along, not just only during the, after the program, during the program also, please update your CV and, you can explore jobs there. We have almost about 12,000 companies onboarded with us
All
on
right.
the Herky
Thanks.
portal.
All right. Thanks, Avneet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else has any other query?
One last question, Avni.
Yes,
Let's
Prabha.
see. I could see in the WhatsApp group, you have shared this calendar. Yes, in that
Yes.
whatever the link where we click, and just
Mm-hmm.
below that, we
Yeah.
have the assignment number 4, objection
So,
handling and bail
okay,
dispute.
ladies, let me just tell you this thing. Please do not already open the assignments. See what this is a common group for. You guys are cohort number 4. Okay. So those assignments are the part of your assignments only, but we do not do the assignments before we give you.